Hello, fellow chess players. If you want to upgrade your defense for black, then you should watch the video till the end to learn the French defense. It can only be played when white plays e4. Then you must play e6 to start the French defense. Now, most players will play d4 and then you must play d5. From here there are three main variations. Let's look at the advanced variation first. White plays e5 and you should put pressure on the center. Now, we play c5 to give pressure. They play pawn c3 and we must play the b-file knight to c6 to give more pressure. Now, they play knight to f3 and we must play queenie to b6 to give indirect attack on the pawn. Now, they might try a trick by putting the bishop on d3. If they play this, we should not take the pawn and instead we should put the bishop to d7. White castles and now we take the pawn, they take back, we take back with knight so do they and then we can take it with the queen. My subscribers will win from this position. But. If they play their bishop to e2, which is still a solid move. We can again play bishop to d7 and then they castle. Now we exchange d-pawns. You must play knight e7 so that after another move you can put a lot of pressure on the d-pawn. Now, they develop their pony. Knight to g5. We now have three developed pieces, directly attacking the d4 pawn. Now, in this variation, the white decides to take our precious pawn on d5. So, you two should take back. Pony to f3 and you should put your pony to c6 square. They put their bishop to the d3 and you should put your black bishop to d6. Now, I suggest you to long castle your king. White castles and we put our horsey to the e7 square to prevent the smarty rook to check our king from e1. They develop and we attack the pony by bishop to g4. They scare our bishop and you should exchange the jumbled lot on the diagonal. Queenie to d7, they develop and you castle the king. Now our main goal will be to push the pawns on the king's side and destroy the king's castle. And for luck and smartness, consider to
subscribe. Subscribe.
Now, here. If white decides to defend with his pony, you have a great weapon against it. The pony can move either to f3 or to d2. Let us say he moves the pony to the f3. So the greatest weapon against the pony move during the defense is the Fort Knight, the Fort Knox. So, you just have to take back the pawn on e4 and knight takes back, you put the bishop on d7, they develop the knight. You put the bishop on c3, they move the pony. You exchange the bishop with the queen. Now, you should put the pawn on c3. Now, let's say, they develop, and so do you and you must castle. You should later push on the queen's side. Here, in this variation. If white must play bishop to d3, you should take the pawn. Bishop takes, you attack the bishop with the horsey and bishop moves. You can look at the screen and see what you could play. Your main goal will be to put
pressure
on the d-file pawn. Now, you have the bishop as supporter, you can later take it out. You all can develop all of your pieces. Get your king castled and you can try to attack the queen side and later get to the opponent king. Thank you all for watching and please consider to subscribe.